back to my channel. It's Akila again, the Bougie Traveler. Bye. Fix my shoes. So we are continuing with the flight attendant series, the training part. This is everything you're gonna need to know about training. The most important part. This video is gonna probably be a little bit long because I'm gonna show you some videos and pictures from my training experience and go over both of my training experience. They were very different from the commercial and charter airline. Two different companies, two different types of training, but still similar because I learned some of the same things. But I'm gonna give you tips on everything that you're gonna need to know and be prepared. So let's go ahead and get into the video. Go to your training, you're most likely gonna do your background check, your fingerprinting either at the interview or right after the interview. And then they might also ask you for your 10-year work background check. So you wanna make sure all of that is put in place before you go to training. So now that you have gotten your CJO, once again, congratulations everyone. You got your conditional job offer, you made it through all the interviews, your background check, your drug test, everything, you're all clear to go. So the first step is to make sure you're prepared for training. Make sure you have everything in order. If you're currently working, make sure you put in a 2-week notice so that way your employer already knows that you're leaving. Make sure if you have a few weeks before training that you can work. Save up some money so you can pay bills, because once you get to training, you're going to be all focused on this job and not every training pays. So you want to make sure you have everything taken care of at home. You want to make sure your bills are paid, your kids have childcare, your pets have somewhere to go. You don't want to be worried about what's going on at home and get your mind off of training. Now on to training. Most airlines trainings are from 4 weeks to 8 weeks. I know for Spirit it was 4 weeks. For this airline that I'm with, it was for maybe about 4 or 6 weeks as well. 4 to 5 weeks as well, because it took a little longer to start. But you just need to be prepared. Make sure you look at everything that they send you. Trust me, they're gonna send you everything you need to know in an email on the date, your accommodations, flight getting there. Not every airline provides transportation. My airline did not provide us accommodation at the first part of our training at my charter airline. And they did not provide us transportation there, but they did provide us a flight and accommodation once we got to the headquarters in Miami for the last 3 weeks there. So I ended up having to share a hotel room with one of my classmates from training. We went in together. It literally came together at the last minute. Like, it was a surprise. We worked it out together, but we were able to stay in the hotel. We rode to the hotel where the training was, and everything worked out. For Spirit, they did everything. They paid for my flight there. It was actually our familiarization flight for us to see how the flight attendants work on that flight, ask them questions, get a feel of how the planes are, look at everything, and they provided us accommodation. Another thing, not every airline provides paid training, or it could be a different type of training. When I was at my charter airline, Global Crossing, they paid for training. They gave us our minimum pay, 70 hours, and once we made it to Miami, they did provide us lunches, and the hotel we were at did provide breakfast. So we really only had to take care of dinner. With Spirit, they gave us a food card where we could use, I think, $75 a day for all of our meals. And they did not pay us for training, but they did give us a bonus once you graduated and passed training. But it was not paid to you until the end. When you prepare for training, they are going to send you information on everything you need. For one, your uniform, most of the time it's going to be some kind of black slacks, black or gray, and a polo shirt or long sleeve shirt, because it's just the easiest and most professional. For Spirit, it was white or yellow polo. For Global, it was white polo. Black jacket, blazer, or sweater, because it does get cold in those rooms, and you don't want to fall asleep because you're freezing cold. So make sure you pay attention to all the information they give you. Make sure you bring everything. Number 2, your required items. Flashlight, passport, chargers for your electronics, different things that you're gonna need. 3, make sure you bring things to study. That is your most important thing you're gonna be doing at training, is studying. Make sure you bring a notebook, pens, paper, binder, flashcards are your best friend. Trust me, when you get to the city codes, when you get to the flight familiarization, the aircraft parts, knowing what each thing on the aircraft are, the flashcards are going to help you. Trust me. Trust me. Now training, the actual training. Every training is different. You may have morning class, afternoon class, or even night class. Remember, this job, you can work anywhere from 24/7, so they want to prepare you. At Spirit, they purposely made sure that we were fully prepared for when we go out on the line and start working. I had the earliest class, I think it was 5 a.m. to 3 p.m., but they also had other classes from 9 a.m. to 6, 1 p.m. to 10 p.m., and even the later class, 3 p.m. to 11 p.m., because they wanted you to get the feel of working. When I was at Global, our classes were mainly from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. We did have a few nights where it was 10 a.m. No, I think it was like 6 a.m. to about 4 p.m. Those were hard. But they want you to get a feel of being up at all kinds of hours, because aviation is 24/7. So you could be flying at any time. So they want to prepare you for that. 2, you want to make sure you're getting enough rest and taking care of yourself. When you're being a flight attendant, you're in training, they prepare you for when you're in the sky. Make sure you're drinking enough water, you're eating healthy, you're going to the gym, you're getting enough rest. You're going to be studying a lot of material, new material, all at once, and it's going to be coming to you fast. Every single day it's going to be something different. Every single week is something different. So you want to make sure that you are solely taking care of yourself mentally, physically, and emotionally so you can pass all of your exams. Want to also make sure that you're prepped for training. Training is all about learning the material and learning about being a flight attendant. Everything you need to know, you're going to learn in training. For one, you're going to study everything you need to know about the job description, what comes with being a flight attendant. You're going to learn everything about the company you're working for, its core values, its policy, its mission statement. 3, you're going to learn everything hands-on as well. So there are different parts to training. The first part is the classroom part, where you're going to learn all of the basic vocabulary, city codes, schematrics. You're going to learn about the policies, procedures. You're going to learn about the regulations. You're going to learn about the different laws and rules and policies for that airline. You're going to learn about everything you need to know from the book. And then you're going to have your hands-on part of it, which is usually at the end of training, because you need to learn the first part of it and then put that to use once you get hands-on. Well, those are called your drills. It's going to be your CPR AED drill, your door drills, emergency evacuation, water drill, putting out a fire drill. All those kind of things are going to come towards the end. They're going to prepare you for everything. So make sure you are paying attention. Now you're actually at training. So some of the things you're going to need to know about training is they're going to be long days. Long days. You're learning a lot of new material. Just pace yourself, be patient, focus, and organize. You're solely there to learn how to be a flight attendant. Focus on the job and the reason that you're there. Remember, you are only there conditionally right now. You can be kicked out at any point during training. At Spirit, they were very strict. You can be kicked out not having your required items, showing up late too many times, being disrespectful to the staff at the hotel, going into someone's room. We weren't allowed to go into each other's room, even just to study. So all of us was all around that hotel just studying. At my charter airline, they weren't as, strict, but it was only 8 of us there. So we always showed up on time. We were at the same place. We did study sometimes together, but we were all going our separate ways. Make sure that you are following the rules and directions, because they're very serious. You can get kicked out like that. There were hundreds of you at these interviews, so they are using this to knock down the people that they really want. Now that you're done with training, you've passed all your exams, all your drills, you have learned everything you need to know to be a flight attendant for that airline, you're going to do your initial operating experience, which is the IOE. You're going to have your graduation, hang out with your friends, celebrate, and then right after you do your graduation and training is over, they're going to give you a date and a place of where your IOE is going to take place. They may have to send you to another city to do it, or they might do it in the same city that you're in. What an IOE is when you actually go and do the job of being a flight attendant and an instructor watches you to make sure you know everything. You're going to do everything from start to finish. You might take over another flight attendant's role for that day That way they can see that you know what to do in the job, and everything you've learned in training you can now put into in-person action. Watch everything you do, and then that is when you're gonna know if you passed or not. Most of the time, most people pass. If not, you might be able to get a second chance. I'm gonna be honest. I did not pass my first IOE at Spirit. I was too nervous. I was distracted beforehand. I had a little break off. So I did not study all the way, and I did not prepare myself. So I ended up having to do a second time. Thankfully, the second time I made sure I studied. I went over things. You know, I wasn't as nervous. I didn't distract myself. I made sure I went over everything that I messed up on the first time, which were little things, but it was things that I needed to know and that I should have known because I didn't know. I was just too nervous, too distracted, and I wasn't paying attention. So the second time I did pass, and everything was so much easier. At the new airline, it actually helped me because I knew everything from the first airline. Everything went a lot easier for my second airline because I had already had the experience from Spirit Airlines. What I would say is don't be nervous when you do your IOE. Study. You know, just because you've passed and graduated and you might have a little time off to go party, go back home, don't forget you still have your IOE. Don't forget that is your final test. You still haven't made it yet. You're not on the line until you pass your IOE. Once you pass your IOE, you are then officially checked off as a flight attendant. And you're checked off with the Federal Aviation Administration. You will officially get your flight attendant card, and you will officially be a flight attendant for your airline. And majority of the time, you'll start working within a few days after that. So now you have gone through all of the steps of becoming a flight attendant, the application, interview, assessment, and training. You've gone through your IOE. You are now a flight attendant. Now your job is in the sky, which is one of the greatest jobs ever. Trust me, it's a lot of craziness that comes with the job, but it is well worth it. You get to travel, meet all kinds of people, work with all different. It's different. Not one day is the same. So congratulations to everyone who is going to training. Congratulations to everyone who may have passed training. I'm so excited for you guys. If you're going to training, be patient with yourself. Be calm, take care of yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually. You're gonna get through it, and it's gonna be worth it when you get those wings. Trust me. Thank you so much for watching my video. Coco's over there playing. And please follow me on TikTok and Instagram at thebougie traveler 94. Thank you so much.